by players coming through connector. So whoever, yeah, it's Rain. He's going to have to try and do something from jungle, but he's smoked off. So Penta have taken a really long time. This is a problem. It allows this to happen. And look at it from the back lines. Rain comes in, gets the job done. Jacob provides as well. And then there you go. Final player's shown his hand, and he gets shut out. That's the power of a good read. That's the power of understanding the positioning. Rain was in a power of position then. As soon as they come up connector, the rest of his team was vulnerable. They're going to focus on that. He was allowed the freedom, and no one checked it.
Smoke was up there as well, and you could see he's forced essentially to push through it. He knows he may as well go for it there, catches low with a quick headshot, and then able to finish off on towards Tarsin. Gets himself an AK, and it's just all uphill from there. Nicely done. Very good turnaround. Penta didn't have a lot of information to go on either, to be fair. They didn't actually push that player up T-ramp, so they couldn't have even guessed as to how many players were awaiting them. FaZe, take the risk. They reap the rewards. And now Penta again, trying to come back into this one. Still could buy Crystal with a deagle. And they're tentatively checking mid here, Penta. Afraid that maybe FaZe off the back of this one wants to get aggressive up. You can see Lol, he's positioning here right up towards the edge. Not yielding anything yet.
And I want to look at the differences, because Penta have tried to take mid control. Something that FaZe were doing on such a regular basis on their T side. I want to see now how FaZe try and approach it. If they lose mid control, do they keep fighting? I think this could be the underhand pop flash quite possibly if Alu goes for it there from mid window. He's not going to. He's going to back away from that. Maybe just flash over his teammate. I'm curious because, you know, he has played a supporting role before as well, so it's always nice to see what sort of set pieces they're looking at doing. We'll have to wait and see what Alu comes up with here, because it looks like he wants to be the one to make the play. Penta are going to go for the boost here, and there's the catch out. Mikes caught Alu completely unawares. Didn't expect that one. Now the deeper smoke's going to come through just to avert any sort of gaze from connector as they do sneak their way up towards that B site.
Yeah, Penta have a couple of moments here to decide where they're going to go. They won't be seen essentially, but actually going to peek through the smoke in connector. He's going to make his way through there as well. He actually doesn't be able to catch on to anyone. It's going to be Lol. YOLO to shut him down, and now 4 players going to make the way towards B. It's just one after another now. FaZe falling like dominoes, but Rain actually really embodying that particular expression. Unfortunately, he's lacking his teammate Kiyoshima. What? Surely not. Now 1v2 situation here. He's down to 19 points of health. He knows where Stefan is. It's a little bit too good to be true there, but he inflicts some serious damage on Penta, who is still trying to build an economy.
Not gonna lie.
This buy is going to suck.
It's not gonna be great. This terrifies me, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if that little bit of a trade was cleaner. Let's say he was left on 50, something like that. I could see him winning it, because one of the 3 players left alive is completely useless at this point. Mike S gets banged out, let's be real, and the other just about pulled it back in line. So it looks like we're going to see a default A from Penta. To some aspect, it might be slightly changed up, slightly switched up. Have to see how they finally pull it through, because you could see someone lining up the smoke towards stairs. And I'm a little bit dubious of them doing it against an eco. When you put this many smokes up, you allow players to kind of sneak their way around. You can play a little bit ahead of the smokes, try and power your way through, but it does look as though Stefan's going to be working his way up. So I'm worried here for Penta, considering, you know, FaZe do like the old A stack, and Alu, if he feels it's the right time to go on this, there is trouble afoot. Not going to be the case. He plays into it, tries to allow AZ the chance, can't get it done, and Stefan is doing everything. Smoke screens are out there. Penta can approach this side pretty comfortably, and Kiyoshima is blown to smithereens there as well. Jacob probably catching a bit of him on his boot there, just over in that CT, and Rain will have to wait. So Penta push on there as well. It's pretty much no frills, no nonsense, no nothing. It's standard take of the site. 2 smokes winning towards jungle there, and there was no challenge from CT afterwards. So Rain has a position to at least get himself the cheeky frag. Lol should be checking it. A little flick of the gun over in the right direction will get himself a couple kills. So we talked about FaZe in the first half. There were a couple of rounds that were sort of dominating. They had momentum, and even then they were sort of forgetting a couple things. You know, turn the light off here. You know, don't leave the fridge door open. You know, or don't leave AKs out for Penta to just grab. And now maybe we're starting to see how that looks when they don't have the momentum. The thing that you'll always see with Penta, at least that stood out to me, was they do have some of these unique plays. They do actually have them up their sleeve. We saw it on their cash game against Virtus Pro, but it's the lack of depth. Once teams work out what they're doing or how they're doing it, they don't have the ability to instantly switch up. They can't go, all right, guys, well, they've worked this out. Let's go back to, you know, doing this. Let's fall to this sort of strategy. Now, I don't think they've been pushed to their limits just yet at all. I think they should have plenty more to play with. But I think FaZe will have the sort of longevity to pull them through. So what we're seeing this round, already it's a massive posture towards B. It could swing in towards an A hit if they get an early pick, because they can go straight through underpass. They have that player in mid, one in Palace, still very viable. But AZ, what a cheeky spot. He can see up here as well. Tarsin's in trouble. Oh, actually, AZ just walked out at the wrong time. That's put him in the bad spot now. It all switches around. So PENTA look hesitant, though. They don't know where to take it, and Rain is going to take the advantage, straight away finding Tarsin and giving away a bit of the game.
Well, I don't know what Crystal's going to be able to do here over at the A side now when he's lacking teammates, perhaps a bit of information, and he gets pretty much none. Almost trying to fake himself leaving that side, coming back and checking here. Alu actually joining Kiyoshima over at A here, and this is not a bad read from Alu. We very, very quickly made the correction back over towards this side of the map. This is going to allow Kiyoshima to push a little bit more ahead. He might go in towards, yeah, just up on here on Wood, and I thought lower dark possibly, but now he'll at least be able to hear some of the setups here. He'll be the first player to receive. There'll be time for everyone else to respond. Alu will be waiting in CT.
Time is everything as well. This is the main point. They're down to 25 seconds. If Kyo gets a 1-for-1 trade, perfect. If he buys more time, becomes a nuisance, even better. 20 seconds now. They have to clear him out. Alu wastes what he had there, a perfect opportunity. But PENTA had the mollies. That speeds up the process. But AZ finds the angle. Stefan goes down. That's the bomb. 10 seconds. They only had to stay alive. And AZ goes beyond that by finding Mike S. What a tragedy of what looked like a really well-recovered round from PENTA. Those mollies pulled them back to being viable there. And then suddenly it all fell apart. Yeah,
I mean, with Alu missing a bit of a key shot there as well, just being flashed out, I think, on the push for the site for PENTA. Kiyoshima, unfortunately, his valiant efforts almost went completely unnoticed, or at least no value was gained from them. However, FaZe get the value. They get the one round. They get themselves the guns, continuing coming into their hands. So, a couple nades here in towards that T-ramp, and Crystal feels the brunt of those. There are a lot of shrapnel in him, down to 51. Again, he hasn't had much action, the man. I haven't seen too much work over at A thus far. It's mostly been PENTA. Their default almost looks like 3 players towards B with 1 in mid here. A little bit of a different spin on phases as they like to sort of set up in courtyard and maybe work through underpass there. But there's Tarsin going down there as well. That's the sole that's the sole mid-Ocus presence being neutralized here. Crystal's going to go and join the rest of his team. They're going to try and put all their resources in the one direction.
They should be able to read this. That smoke that was put down from Tarsin went to the deeper side of connector to allow for a B split up short. So Jacob should be aware of what's coming his way now. They should be able to read this, and look at that gorgeous aim. Mike S gets absolutely shredded. Quick pop flash, Pronax style, buying the time, and look at it on the other side. That is absolutely devastating. They've run past each other, but Jacob still gets it. That is, that's lovely CS to me. That is gorgeous stuff. Crystal now left in a really awkward spot. Everyone knows where he is. He's going to try and take a fight, runs out of bullets, and runs out of HP.
Yeah, as Natu would say, what can you say about that? Really not much to be done after, you know, Tarsin going down in towards mid there as well. Interesting situation here, and Jacob, look at it, look how he checks himself. He doesn't go for that last one. Obviously knows he needs to reload anyway, but takes the time even just to pop flash out. Crystal gets 2 kills elsewhere. That was actually coming through short, but Jacob was in no immediate threat, I guess. Lowell jumped over his head or whatever happened, but again, FaZe 2 rounds away from taking this one out here. We haven't seen much from PENTA yet in this game, but there is still hope.
I'm hoping for the adapted smokes here. Considering Mike has his spot, I'm hoping they're the ones that draw the line across A. However, that's a problem. Kyo, you're meant to not be the problem, and you're causing these guys a lot of stress here. There's 5 players on the other side of this. Now, he's actually not seen a single person, so he might read this a little differently. However, he's probably going to hear these steps, a little bit of fumbling, a little bit of changing around. One pop flash. I'm wondering if that's a fake one. He's going to have a proper one put down for him. No, he's just going to take it. That's what you get for being a little bit of a hap-handed man there. Going to get punished. Stefan's going to find Rain. And it's all falling apart. But AZ, do you believe, Mitch?
From this position, yeah, I do. We can spray down. They don't have enough armor as well. Some of them have none at all. PENTA come in with not much to work with, and AZ, he'll take quick 4 kills away. Now this puts Jacob in a 1v1. That's far better than FaZe deserve to be position-wise, given the start of this round. And Jacob, sure as hell better make it worthwhile now. He's actually still not sure where Crystal is at this stage.
Go CT. Yes! I love that. That's perfect timing for this. If he can still sell Jacob that it's a B hit by 1 flash, 1 nade something, that's brilliant, because you get the perfect timing on the flank around the back. You kind of make the assumption that they'll be, you know, making...
Oh, he's got no idea Chris is.
Yeah, exactly. This is brilliant. Like, Jacob's going to be sat there going, there's a chance this could happen, but it's more likely he's going B. But the problem is now Jacob's got to B, seen nothing. It's time to turn around. He'd applied the bomb by now. You start to ask these questions of yourself. Crystal doesn't have much else to work with. He does, however, now have the M4. So, planting. Takes a safe-ish plant. Now Jacob wants to fight, and he's going to spot him out. Look at the tag straight away. Crystal, he's down to half HP. Nade rolls in, doesn't get it, but it does avert the gaze for a second. Jacob, moving up, does have a smoke, a molly, flashes, and a kit. He's got everything he needs here.
Oh, God.
No need to rush, and here we go. The diffuser's coming in. Great lineup from Crystal, though. Just kept it calm, and a very nicely played out 1v1 by him.
In your opinion, can you just fake that one and sort of force Crystal to go for something like super aggressive? Maybe would he even bother running over the Molotov there? Would he be that desperate to try and bring the round back, given where the game is right now?
It's debatable, isn't it? He could have probably played that out a little bit, you know, keener, I guess is the only way I can put it. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to go for that like quick play.
He had a kit and he had a bit of time still.
Yeah, he could have still played that out a little bit differently, but it looks like FaZe going to go for that mid aggression. I was waiting for this.
Yeah, this is what we kind of see, getting used to seeing from FaZe, but getting shut down here, they've only got pistols. I mean, Kiyoshima has a Deagle, Alu and Rain haven't even brought up at all in this round, so it's not going to amount to too much. One kill, I think Alu will probably have his Obama not bad face on after that one. He'll be happy enough. It's going to be FaZe, just let that one go by the buy, and then they can buy back in.
But this is, you know, again though, double eco territory, not fun. I'm wondering if we get a stack or something a little bit different now from FaZe. So try the mid aggression, they gifted them 1 kill, that's fine. Do they play default? What we got here? AZ's going aggressive in mid. Okay, is Alu and Keo going to help him? Yeah, all right, so they're looking for opportunities early, it seems. That's what that kind of just said to me. Smoke off ramp, try and push up a little bit, try and find something going on here. Stefan expected it as well, just spamming the smoke. Very nice intuition from Penta. Got to be careful though, if they try and pinch towards mid, they've stacked out connector.
Penta tried to do this to FaZe actually on their first force round. I think it was round 2 of the game. I think it was Jacob walked in with a Mac 10 and mowed them down. So Tarsin though doesn't seem... Okay, checks it briefly, doesn't see anything at all. Okay, so you didn't see Ali, he was too far in the corner. AZ has a bit of smoke behind him, and AZ gets the kill there on towards Tarsin. He's going to back away, but 1 kill. Alu recovers the AK as well. Grenade explodes at his feet, but he's really not concerned about that at all. Good little trade, good little turnaround early from FaZe. But Penta pulled out of mid, and they're wrapping.
Alu's reading this really well. Can he find a better position? Oh, this could be beautiful. All right, he can play in dark here or push up to ramp. I'd like either. Just aggressive enough to cause even more problems. Penta have to be careful. They've got 2 mollies. Do they check this? They should be, but do they? That's the thing. No one else is there for Alu. It's all him right now. He has to be the linchpin player. It's all about timing, and timing is not on his side. There you go. Lol breaks in. Big play from him again. Very important kill. The 3 remaining players from FaZe don't have the same amount to work with as Alu did, so this should be done and dusted. Penta should close this round out cleanly.
Keo, a couple shots and he sheepishly backs away there. It's going to be AZ to make his way over towards the side via CT. He already went very, very low in that first little engagement, and of course, he's going to go down. Lol falls to his hand though, so not terrible again, but Rain trying to emulate that situation, create some sort of opportunity there from T-Ramp, should I say, doesn't get anything. So now FaZe actually have the money. Bit of a double eco. They'd like to forget about that as quickly as they possibly can. Look to AZ now as well, who's really been leading from the front in a lot of situations. It's a double AWP play here for FaZe, the first of the map.
Seeing Keo in the AWP, always going to be exciting. I think Alu's doing okay, but not really being dominant mid, so again, looking to see where they take this. So Keo's going to be playing CT. You've got Alu. This is brazen. I like this. This is much better. You've got the support from AZ and Rain, so why not go for it? Once that smoke, you know, once the smokes dissipate, then you're in trouble because you've got underpass pressure coming in, and now he backs away. And that's completely fair. So Penta are looking for this mid to A hit. This is very reminiscent of what FaZe were doing almost, taking over Palace control early on with Mike S. He can back away as he feels free, but FaZe are far more attentive toward mid here. They're not backing straight off from this.
I think they can catch the tail end of some players as these smokes do dissipate. Tarsin as well, just going to try and keep Rain honest. Hits a Molotov over towards short. It's going to keep his head down for the moment. It's going to keep him out of trouble, as it were. Lol going to approach down towards short. So it's a lot of those smokes now expiring. Penta only 1 smoke on their whole team. So they're set up there. It's gained them ground. They move up mid very, very slowly. A lot more slow than FaZe do, to be fair. FaZe just, you know, shuttle 3 players straight on towards short and try and make something happen with them here. AZ's going to take a duel there in towards mid. Someone going to be coming in from above him there as well. It's going to be Lol that gets the better of him. He catches him by surprise, but Alu trades out with the AWP here. Still control of mid for FaZe for now, but they've allowed Penta to get over towards the B side, on towards short. A brief trade over onto that B side, but now with 4 players coming in from Penta, FaZe must hold.
Oh, yeah, and Rain and Jacob have a really nice setup. Incredibly hard to break, but there it goes. Suddenly the spine is broken. They didn't know those 2 players were there while that whole time they're building up. But now Alu fancies a chance. He fancies taking this. Both AWPs on a retake, not what you want here, but Keo's found Mike S and Alu. That's the Alu we were looking for. Crystal gets reminded of that, and now FaZe put themselves onto 15. Penta, they've been keeping up. They've been putting up a very competitive match here, but just in the end gets snuck ahead of. But still, this is not over yet.
No, I mean, Lol's on a 30 at the moment, can I just point out. 30.
That's big.
double his nearest teammate there as well. So that man especially has been putting in a lot of work. Obviously the Spanish import from G-Bots, if those remember. And now Alu again. Aggressive positioning in towards mid. He'd like to get an early peek. You know, if we see Penta slowly trying to move in and take control, that's what he wants to do. That's where he wants to be. Tarson falls down early. That's the call, the shot caller, I guess, for Penta already being taken off the plate. Not much presence towards A. It's just Crystal this time, so Alu read it correctly last time around. This time, in fact, he's actually heading in towards mid and maybe able to help over B, but it's just Jacob left alone at B at the moment.
Yeah, Alu's going to be peeking towards short, keeping an eye on underpass. He saw players there earlier, so he might actually start reading it being a B play pretty quickly. I don't know if Crystal's been selling much over towards A, but it's down to Jacob pretty much at this point. He has to be the one to hold it back unless someone gives up something to Crystal, which shouldn't happen, but actually look at where they're going here. Now, the bomb is the important factor. Stefan's the one with a bomb, so he's not really going anywhere just yet. They're still looking for chances here. They're still looking to get another advantage, and I don't think they're going to get it, but Alu's in a good spot as well.
I wonder if they boost this into mid window and try and wrap it on towards B here with the kill. But there's Mykes, takes down AZ. That's a beautiful start. Now that is at least a player cleared out of mid. Penta may not boost into it, but they can also transition this control over towards A. Alu's forced to step ahead of the Molotov there. This may not be anticipated from Penta, but Mykes does fall down there. It was Kiyoshima to find him. He was all the way over on the A side. That's a lovely little inclusion there with Kiyo still getting involved in the game.
Jacob has to back away from that molly. It was going deeper than he expected. He tried to back away from it. Alu's there now on short, but he doesn't hit the shot cleanly. Now we're down to the 2v2 again. This is very, very close. Kiyo with the AWP. Alu with the AWP. Both having to play retake on this site. It's so far from ideal. Alu's going to switch up to the M4. They could probably just switch that right on over. Now Alu's going to check towards the bench. I think Kiyo might have just caught a glimpse of one. Alu trying to be played into this, but lol finds him already, and it's Alu left for the 1v2. Penta should have this under wraps, but Alu's actually got some decent distance here. He's got away with a bit of murder at this point. He's got a kit in the molly. He can still do damage here. He tried to get the quick pickup on lol. It didn't happen. Crystal was the next target for him, but he was a step further ahead than where he needed to be, and Penta lived to fight another day. And look what they've done towards FaZe's economy. They're down to under 2k. This is a very good position for Penta to pull this even closer. Yeah,
and with Kiyo now, oh dear. They need to do something with this round. I mean, yeah, 1,500, 1,300 there for AZ, 1,100 for Rain. Not a lot to be going on with here at this stage. Great haul by Penta as well. Did a very good job of making themselves scarce and not showing themselves until they absolutely had to over on that B side. Constantly kept FaZe guessing, and that's the situation you hate to play into if you're with AWPs. Around prior to that, Penta peaked. They tried to challenge out towards Kitchen, and that just gave the AWP players the kills. AZ, though, not getting anything this round.
No, Penta playing this very cleanly. This is good stuff. Haven't actually even had to use their mollies yet. That was the one thing I was waiting to see, you know, clear out these corners.
Play ahead of those.
Yeah, they're just playing ahead of everything. Again, Mike is going to find Jacob. Good work. Team ace. Every single player getting one kill. Everyone's staying alive. Penta building up money.
And yeah, the double eco if you're FaZe, though, with this the way they're managing their economy has been not good. This double AWP buy, like, I don't know. I mean, it didn't work out, obviously, but they did get cut down to 2 players on that round they won, so.
For me, it looked like they were just trying to finish the game. Rather than playing the game, you know, round per round, you know, building up to it, it was just over and done with at that point in their minds. And now they're being reminded that's not the case. So they're going to try and make a bit, you know, something happen here for FaZe. Push up mid, a bit of a shooting gallery almost. So as soon as one person swings out, you get a lot of shots towards you, basically. And that's going to be Mykes, but he doesn't get the main piece of the focus here. Actually, his teammate just off beside him. Mykes will be the one to find the vast majority of these guys. FaZe, again, trying something, but merely to be received by Mike.
Yeah, I mean, they make that token investment to give themselves maybe upgraded pistols. I mean, Kiyo has the 5.7. Rain with absolutely nothing here as well, as so his economy looking pretty darn average at the moment. Obviously, no issues for Penta there as well. The next round, we'll see a buyout for FaZe. I mean, if they're going to win it in the next round, that's kind of really teasing people, isn't it? It's kind of very much leaving it to the last minute to win out here. I'm not saying that this was all by FaZe's design, by the way. I'm saying that Penta broke him back in. I really think LoL has just been... Honestly, like, the kills that he's been getting, that's some serious carry boots he's been putting on there. And
you can't underestimate Mykes, but you can't underestimate Kiyo. He's only going to get one there, and Rain's on 12 HP, so I'll carry on to that. But Mykes, to me, has, from what was actually a bit of a bad CT side, if I'm very honest. He was missing a lot of shots. He wasn't quite as crisp as I'd like. He's actually turned it around quite drastically, and he's shown some real grit to his play at this point. So for me, a little bit of play to look towards 21 kills. He's certainly showing on the scoreboard. However, let's get into this round, because it's 15-14. This could go to overtime, or FaZe will close it and break some hearts. That's your choice. Now, they're operating with less than ideal setups here. Only one kit. And on the other side, absolutely perfect. And Penta going to go for the default A hit here, it looks like. Keo could absolutely destroy this. I wonder.
Or he could. It could completely drop the bickies as well. We've seen that happen sometimes. It really depends how we see PENTA come towards this site. At least Keo has a little bit more than a USP, which is what he had last time this situation happened to him now. So Stefan's going to be the first to walk on towards the site, and the set play comes in. The smoke comes down. Stefan tries to spray down in lower dark. Unbeknownst to him, you already see that Kiyoshima had fallen to Tarsin. Not a great opening here. Tarsin comes towards the site. A lot of smoke over towards that connector opening there. Stefan wins out again. PENTA look like they're going to take this to overtime. FaZe taking too many casualties early. Cheaply lost lives here, with PENTA in pole position.
It really does, and this is a good afterplant position as well for PENTA. They've got so many players standing, 5 to be precise, of course. The 3 players go... Easy, come on. Come on, the guy's probably next to you while you're doing this. This is when you focus up, when you pull that land sort of face back on. It's all down to Rain, 1v3. Good luck, mate. Got mollies coming in, and there it is. We're going to overtime. It's not over yet. And I said you can get complacent. I said this could be a factor, and we've just seen it happen. And it's frustrating because FaZe were walking through this game in the first half. And then it felt as though they decided to give us a bit of a game.
Well, it's the second time in 3 games, well, in 3 maps, I guess, that PENTA have really taken it quite close in the end. Yeah, eventually people, if it's underestimation, it's fine. I think FaZe also tend to do a bit of both. They like to underestimate. They also, you know, they recognize their talent. They recognize the potential in that lineup as well, and sometimes they can sort of hurt them. I think, look, if they get to this point, that they already realize that we've been a bit wasteful this game. We've been a little bit sloppy. There are some situations that we didn't need to be in. And they didn't navigate them out of them either very efficiently. So this is Russia's fault, apparently.
Rush is the problem.
Yeah. So overtime comes in. PENTA now as well, building up a bit of a head of steam. I mean, at the end of regulation time, I don't even know how many kills LoL had.
No. I'd say the one thing here is, and I don't want to take away from PENTA, because that's what it sounds like I'm doing, and that's not what I mean, but it's... Yeah, the difference from, you know, FaZe, I'm going to run through you, to FaZe, I'm not focused. We never saw real mid-aggression on gun rounds particularly. We never saw anything special. PENTA, you know, they're a very good T-side. They're doing just fine on that. They've been able to do this before, but you can't say it's without fault. Turn off auto-director, Rush. What are you doing? I see you put that on. Yeah, I still see it. Rush, who's allowed him to go to the bathroom? Who's let this happen? I can't.
He spilled on himself. He spilled something. Anyway, I mean...
Is that real?
Lauren. Put the fangs away. But to be fair, the only time we saw FaZe go aggressive in mid was Alu, 2 rounds in a row when he had the AWP, in the double AWP setup, so... It's CSGO, Lauren, it's happening. It's on your screen.
Right, so PENTA going to be going in for the A hit. Actually quite like... I'm going to put it together. I like it because you can make the assumption that CT side will be going for the double AWP, and it's very hard to play retakes with the double AWP in play. You don't get as much play with it when you're going on these fast A hits. However, if you let AZ get away with this again, you have no one to blame but yourselves. AZ before ripped them to shreds from that one very spot. Technically, they played that perfectly. Practically, they're in a 3v2.
Yep, so FaZe obviously now need to really keep their grip on this site. It's going to be Tarsin at least manage to get towards AZ and make it a 2v2. The bomb is loose, though. It's over towards Sandwich. The smoke is also now starting to dissipate somewhat. So Jacob and Rain will be able to converge towards that. Keep eyes on it. But Tarsin trades out with Rain. He goes down to 1 health, but that's going to be enough to keep him alive at least. And Jacob now still looking in Tarsin's direction, does peek in towards Mike S, who finds him there as well. FaZe try to put a vice grip on that site. You talked about the double AWP situation coming into a round like that. They really try and lock it down, but they lose control. They lose information, they lose awareness, and they lose the round.
I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to seeing now that kind of mid-take. We have Mike S kind of playing towards Palace or Ramp. You'll have 3 of those players kind of posturing a little towards B, but then coming through Underpass. You'll see PENTA go back to their defaults. It worked very, very well here, and they've ended up on B a number of times already. And this is what we're seeing. Again, that kind of a couple players towards B, mostly through Underpass, playing towards mid, because they know there won't be a double AWP in play. So why not pressure mid a little here?
Rain and Alu playing towards mid right now, and even AZ as well. AZ and Keo going to go and get some information here. Mike S, okay, waiting for a Palace push, I suppose, now. So AZ is going to walk past this one, and one would assume that Mike S eventually sort of doubles back and joins the rest of PENTA in towards mid or B, if that may be the case, but normally it's Crystal in his position.
He's going to find the bomb. Mike S can play this spot. It's always a 50-50. Someone can always possibly push ramp. If you're doing a 1-3-1, someone can always push ramp. And AZ now knows that there's someone probably Palace. They've got to know this. He's got to be able to see so much of the plan here. It's whether or not he can land the shots cleanly enough. Tarsin's going to be caught with his pants down. Upgrade, thank you very much. Bomb is still mine. Smoke out one side, clear the other, make sure no one's coming. Okay, let me focus back towards B. This should be a masterclass with AZ. He doesn't expect to play so quickly to be able to hit him, though. It's Stefan through the smoke, spams it out, gets the position done. Bomb is recovered. However, there's fight still throughout this map yet to be broken in towards.
And 40 seconds as well on the clock. There's not a lot of time for PENTA to work with. If they want to go towards A, this is not a secured site. They've not cracked this open yet. Kiyoshima will still be lurking, waiting in lower dark. Now, Crystal's in a great spot to pick this, or at least a decent one anyway. But Kyo going towards T-Ramp. This is quite cheeky here as well. He's going to be able to get out of trouble, get away from the watchful gaze, I guess, of PENTA as they're trying to find these last couple of players on the site. Smoke comes down as well. And Mike S just using it as well to try and get some safer peaks. So it's going to be Kyo and Jacob working their way. Oh my lord, Rain finds Mike S. Crystal, though, is going to respond pretty quickly, as you would expect, but Kyo finds Stefan. Time is of the essence. There is no time for Crystal to get towards the bomb and even put it over towards the side. He might win this round out, he might not. It don't matter, because FaZe are going to get the point.
That was strange. These rounds are really strange, if I'm honest, Mitch.
FaZe are going to give you these situations, though, because sometimes they're just going to push in manners or with timings that maybe you don't expect, or maybe that they're just taking a gambit sometimes. It's so funny. I was very critical of them. When I had Rain on stage and interviewed him, asking him about his play style, you know, he was very nonchalant with me. I feel this is probably just the Norwegian way, because I kind of believe him now watching them play just a lot more. You know, we're just free flow. We sort of do what we think is right. I think half of it is like, yeah, look at me. I'm the high school jock of CSGO, and you know, I'm like twice your size.
Don't be saying something. His gains.
He's massive.
He's a big
boy. Point is, I thought he was being overly nonchalant about it, but fair enough. You can kind of see the downsides of that when you watch FaZe's play, I feel. Yeah,
it's extreme highs and extreme lows as well. It's how it works, but. Now, for PENTA, they've been playing their T-side quite nicely. I think there's been a little bit of an underwhelming performance for me from the likes of Kyo, who's been a bit of a... he's not been able to lock down A as well as I'd like. You put Lol in that position, for example, on the T side, a very different picture. Kyo not able to quite stretch ahead as well. And he'll probably prove me wrong here by getting, like, I don't know, an ace with, like, 2 HP, even though that's impossible now. But yeah, a little disappointed in that one. But again, into the round is over yet. 55 seconds, the mollies and the smokes are going to go down, but how are they letting Alu get away with this? He's still snuck his way forward, buying some time. Kyo proves me wrong, finally with a bit of adaptation, rather than just playing by dark. Alu showing him how it's done, and Tarsin on the flank. But is it too late? 40 seconds, bombs loose in a 1v2.
I think it might be a little bit too late here. Tarsin has a lot of ground to cover and he needs to go through Alu first. He's going to be waiting for him as he peeks his head just around the corner. That's half-time coming up in overtime. Lol has gone off the boil a little bit recently as well. I think only a couple kills since overtime even started.
Oh my god, Rush actually dropped stuff all over himself.
Can you retweet that for us? It looks like, oh my god, that was a really unfortunate outline. Can you retweet that for me? Can everyone retweet Lauren's retweet?
Yeah, guys, go on my Twitter right now because okay, so we give some quote unquote banter to our observer because I can't say what this looks like on air. Go to my Twitter @TheyCallMePansy and look on Kevin Takau's like Twitter that I just retweeted. Just tell me what that looks like, guys. Just tell me. Do you remember when I was giving our observer a little bit of abuse for putting on auto director? Don't. Oh, Rush. What was it? What was it? Red Bull or something? Sprite.
Of course it was Sprite.
Buddy.
Classic Rush drink, that one.
Buddy. That's not good. Oh, no.
Of all the things that we need to distract us, it's shaped like that.
Can we just appreciate that the ESL Counter-Strike account just retweeted it as well?
Yeah, they're rather meme lords, you know.
So yeah, guys, please do enjoy that. Just reply to me and Kevin Takau. Let me know what you think that looks like. It's a challenge out there for you. It's kind of those Rorschach test kind of things.
A Rorschach test of Fanta.
Sprite?
On someone's crotch. Tell me what you see here, guys.
Yep. See, I can see when people are looking.
Oh my god.
Good, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Lauren, I can see the ends of Lauren's fingertips crackle. Her hair's standing on end as well. She's going mad with the power.
I love it, guys. Gorgeous work. Well done, Twitch chat. You're brilliant people. All right, let's get into the games. We're getting ready for the second half of overtime in the first map here. It looked like a landslide, but again, FaZe seemingly pulling it together his last couple of rounds on their CT side.
And now on the T side as well, which, in my opinion, was far, far more impressive from FaZe. Obviously, the mid control, they sort of transitioned from there fairly safely. So, should expect to see much the same thing here, of course. We're going to have double orb here for PENTA. It's going to be Tarsin with an orb. Interestingly enough, Crystal not even getting a second look in there in that regard. He's going to be at the solo man of B now. And again, FaZe moved 3 guys into mid, just over under the cover of the 1 smoke, and then they set up from there. That's their staging point. Had Tarsin as well. Looking for information. You wouldn't know that Kiyoshima's off towards the right. Maybe waiting for Rain to peek him there. It's unlikely these guys will go, though, until FaZe sets something up in towards mid.
They need short pressure. That's what they need. They're starting to come in now, but it's a one-and-done spot because he shouldn't be able to escape. Shouldn't, but not... You don't expect to hit those sort of shots. Jacob's going to be caught unawares. He didn't expect that at all. And now the spray is not ideal from Crystal, and he's going to be punished. You don't get away with that. Now it's a 3v3.
I'm glad Kiyoshima took responsibility for that kill there. Crystal sort of got away alive in that trade, but Kiyo made the peek in towards Kitchen. He made the kill. Now with the bomb down. So pressure's starting to mount here for PENTA. They've got plenty to work with, to be fair. A couple Molotovs here. This is the first round of the half and an overtime. So FaZe also have much the same utility in general. They've expended a lot of it here to smoke the molly. This is going to just drag the clock down a little bit more. All of PENTA have kits, though, so FaZe still need to stand and deliver and give an account for themselves when the fight actually happens on towards the bomb side. And Stefan is going to do just that. Stand and deliver. Standing with a gun there, he pushes it over on towards the bomb. It's going to be Alu now on short.
Diffusing.
It's not partner for him at all. Oh, God, he gets the wall bang, but it won't be enough.
No, that's devastating. Oh, Alu. You've got to feel for Alu, right? It's like, how much more can you do? Like, the bomb wasn't applied for him, that's the one problem, but he still hit the ball bang, then he hit the no-scope. It's like, how much more can he be expected to do there?
Yeah, you need to go the extra... I guess, like, you always need to go the extra mile in these rounds, or the MR3 or whatever it is, in overtime. As those Ts, you have to go the extra mile, because even if you played like a 3v2 or 3v3 or something with the bomb down, you know the CT is going to have mad utility and kits. Yeah. So you can't just, like, delay them a little. Wow, get actually wrecked, Crystal.
Get wrecked. Oh, Easy is so nuts. When it's like, you can play like these really like smart retakes, or, you know, teams have all this utility they can play off, like you're just saying, and then Easy just goes, nah, I'll just bang you out, Crystal.
Same, we're still the same indeed, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always been the same, Easy.
The guy is a bit of a beast. Let's see if they can close around, though. FaZe, they've been getting close on these, but they haven't been closing. They lost the last one, so they do actually need to start getting the round on the board here.
Yeah, PENTA is still armed to the teeth here, so... Oh, no. What has caused PENTA to rotate Tarsin out of B? Yeah, the smokes are A. There's one towards jungle, one... Sound Palace, so FaZe just can walk onto this site here as well. PENTA are forced to play the retake with 2 AWPs, no less.
I get it to a degree, but I don't. You didn't read that much into a connector smoke, did you, PENTA?
Well, Tarsin made his way straight out of B. The only player of B into CT.
It's a save. PENTA can't go back into this.
Yeah, 4-gun save. You have to.
That's nuts.
You have to fight for your life in this game because you made one bad decision. Maybe whether it's bad communication or a judgment error, you've put the enemy team on match point.
That's absolutely nuts. I've never seen anything like... I'd love to see it from their perspective, because obviously when we have like X-ray on and we got the map up and stuff like that, it seems very obvious to us, but I didn't see anything apart from a connector smoke that I think Rain put down from the top of mid that goes to like, the deep side of connector. Yeah,
there was one just down in front of the jungle between connector. I think there was a smoke thrown by PENTA in front of Palace, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it must have been a PENTA smoke, because I thought maybe it was FaZe's, but there's no way you would have done that. I don't know. That was a very curious one from PENTA for me. I want to watch that back almost and just see kind of the steps that led to not even having another additional player there. You know, because you could have expended 1 rifle on that site. You know, maybe not one of the AWPs, because, you know, you get punished for that. But as you said, allowing FaZe to get to that point, a little unfortunate after what was a very hard fought for bit of a route. But it's not over yet. This can still go even further, and FaZe need to close this game for them.
You know, if you told me we'd be here at the start of the day, I really wouldn't have thought that at all, Lauren. But, I mean, I digress. It's going to be AZ again. I mean, what better man to rely on to sort of control mid in this game? But Micah shuts him down anyway. AZ getting a little bit too hyphy there. A lot of smokes in mid, but FaZe not really interested in much mid-control here. They put a lot of their eggs in this basket. They might just be shut down here. Stefan steps up. He takes down Rain. Jake Leeds gets the response. And now Lol now just going to spray as they jump out of Palace. Barkes needs the shot. He gets it. Now Alu now fighting the 1v3 to get this win here. Otherwise, we're going to be going to a second set of overtimes. A huge task on this man's shoulders. Or on his rear end. Or whatever part of his body can now bear weight. I don't know what that is.
Double OT. Oh, my word.
Only FaZe Clan will put us here after such a sterling beginning to the match. Like, even Virtus Pro didn't put us here. Though.
You know, I thought I was going to have an early night, Mitch. It's not the case. We've suddenly decided that Penta want to be nuts. Or it's like 2 players every now and then just kick off. You know, like Lol just goes a little bit ham. Mike S decides to hit some nice shots. And then FaZe just, you know, smash the first half. And then completely just...
Poop the bed?
That was not what I was going to go for.
I wasn't going to say poop either, but you know what I mean.
That's sickening. This is meant to be a family show. My innocent ears can't take this sort of thing.
It happens to some adults as well. Incontinence is a real thing.
Arse rush.
Did you say arse rush or arse crush? Right.
Great joke.
It's not bad, actually.
Great joke.
Lol, 35 and 23. To be fair, he had 32 kills at the start of overtime, so it hasn't been him. It's been the rest of his team actually stepping up in a big way.
Yeah, it's mad to watch. I really don't know what's going on with FaZe here. They should be closing this one. Like, Penta's been playing well, but they've just gone from hero to zero shot. Nice Molly. Nice. I love a bit of North America. I love a little bit of North America coming through here, but this is a quick play. This is FaZe wanting to close. I don't know if they've got, you know, a dinner appointment ready for their own guys. Let's just go into A. Jake, you're the only one landing shots right now. Just you go in. AZ will come in after you. If you die, don't you worry. He's got your back. Molly's going to be burning. Mike S has to move away from the position. Bomb site's theirs. And this is what's frustrating to me. When FaZe have these sort of plays up their sleeve, it takes 2 OTs for them to pull it out. And this is the site locked off, you know, unless they feed a couple of ways back in.
They're back.
They're back, boys.
No, you're dead right, though. I mean, they were so crisp. Their executes were really, really good on their T side initially. Much like this. This is entirely reminiscent, but we haven't seen anything that remotely resembles this for most of the game. To be fair, obviously, their CT side was kind of what let them down. It was very much the aggression, the impetus, the momentum they brought on the T side that garnered them all of the rounds here. And what is this? This is what Rain was doing earlier. Okay.
That was sick.
But how do you...
Nice observing, Rush. Couldn't even see Rain's...
How do you lose for most of the game or lose a bunch of rounds and then still be in the mood to do that kind of stuff in your second overtime? Insane.
I think someone started playing Foon's frag movie probably at that. So they had that like... So Rain's like, all right, it's my jam. I need to embrace LaFoon. But yeah, nice stuff. Just good play, right? What can you say? But now FaZe... Is it a one-off? Can they actually do this again? Tarsin's going to go aggressive and absolutely destroys them, shreds them to pieces. No one spotted it. AZ can't see it. Now we're in a 5v3. This game is just it's so abnormal to what you're meant to see.
50 Shades of FaZe, man. I'm going to make the way over towards A now. Well, really just 2 shades. Winning and losing. Well, they just kind of get mixed together as well. You get this weird Pantone color that no one really likes. You don't even paint your walls. You don't even paint park benches with it that the birds crap on because it's just not a nice color. It's just a weird. It's just disconcerting to watch this kind of CS from FaZe. I don't know whether they're here or there. I don't know if they know either.
And Penta, you know, they're being given opportunities, and they are. Oh my word!
What?
See, this is what I mean. What do you want to do, Rain? Do you? I don't understand. Like, these guys are just... He's got another. That's 3 kills out of literally a situation you don't win. Like, don't do it again. I'm just taking my head off. This is you cast this because I'm done. I don't understand this anymore.
These challenges are so audacious. It is incredible. He's now in a 1v2. We'll just back away for a moment. So it's going to be Stefan, and my guess actually wants the challenge also from CT. He's not going to head in towards mid either. So easy. I don't know a heck of a lot what's going on. There is a flash available both for Mike S and Stefan here. Oh, Easy. Is he going to turn this 2v1 into 2 1v1s here? It looks like he may have just done it.
Oh
Come on,
God.
let's go. Easy comes with a peek towards the left side, sends Stefan's head rolling like it's been removed by a guillotine. And FaZe, oh, that round was full of so many things that you have no business doing in Counter-Strike it. They just force it into the game, into their playstyle, into the face of PENTA Sports.
Can you just get Rain's point of view, then AZ's, and just say FaZe clan? Because that sort of stuff, you know, that's the stuff that makes this lineup so deadly. And it's what makes it so frustrating to watch FaZe sometimes, because they go from we have no impact, we can't close rounds, to let me just trash people on 1 HP as Rain did. And PENTA have been playing CS like you should, you know? They've been playing that, I want to do...
They've been good Johnny from next door,
exactly,
with the God-fearing
you know?
parents and the nice white picket fence.
And then FaZe come along and just piss all over it. I don't know what's going on with them, but it's 20-18. Second go of overtime. And now PENTA, of course, their money's been spent. Simple as that. And Jacob decides to go for a walk through mid.
I don't know what to say, really. I mean, PENTA have got to be gutted from that last round.
Yep.
Situations where FaZe, honestly, FaZe players had no business winning. They still get away with it. That's demoralizing for you. Lol at least will get this kill here and actually makes it a 3v3, making it competitive here. But Rain and Alu, of course, with the help of Mr. Molotov, is going to burn down Tarsin. And now it's going to be Lol on his own. He's getting used to that after that first half of the game. He really put in a huge individual effort, but it's going to have to take just some superhuman Bruce Banner level kind of stuff here as well. I mean, it'd probably be more useful than the 5-7 for him if he was Hulk and could run and, you know, tear people's heads from their shoulders. But this is CS, not Overwatch.
Oh, lol. It's horrible in this situation. So you can't back from it. You're going to find one. Doesn't have a kit, though, which is the biggest issue there. So AZ's going to close down on that. 21 in the end for FaZe. Finally deciding, guys, should we win this one now? If they lose this half after that.
You know what could happen?
It literally could. It was just Frank's perspective. Oh, here we go. See, we didn't get to see this, did we? I'm looking forward to this.
We saw this fight.
Oh,
1
dear
HP.
God. And then he finds another, bearing in mind.
I think he kills someone short?